Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn the Norma Basalis. Observation of the cranium from the inferior aspect is called Norma Basalis. Let's see the boundaries of Norma Basalis. Anteriorly, it is bounded by the alveolar arch of maxilla. Then we have the zygomatic arch, posterior root of zygoma, mastoid process. From here we have the superior nuchal line and the external occipital protuberance. So this forms the boundaries of the Norma Basalis. For the descriptive purpose, we are dividing the Norma Basalis into three parts. First part, second part and the third part. Anterior part extends from the alveolar arch anteriorly to the posterior border of the hard palate. You are seeing the hard palate. This is the hard palate. Up to here is the first part of the Norma Basalis. From here to the anterior margin of the foramen magnum, this opening is a foramen magnum, is a second part, and from the anterior margin of the foramen magnum to the nuchal line, superior nuchal line, this is a third part. Okay, we will describe these three parts in three videos. In the first video, we will learn the anterior part of Norma Basalis. Anterior part of the Norma Basalis lies between the alveolar arch and the posterior border of the hard palate. So here you are seeing the hard palate. We can divide the hard palate into anterior 2/3 and posterior 1/3. Anterior 2/3 of the hard palate is formed by the palatine process of maxilla. You know, this is the maxilla. The maxilla has got a palatine process. This palatine process forms the anterior 2/3 of the hard palate, and the posterior 1/3 is formed by the perpendicular plate of palatine bone. Perpendicular plate of palatine bone. Anterior 2/3, it is, I already mentioned that, formed by the palatine process of maxilla, and in the midline they are connected by means of suture, that is known as the intermaxillary suture. This is the intermaxillary suture, and the posterior 1/3 is formed by the horizontal plate of palate. They are connected in the midline by means of interpalatine suture. So we have intermaxillary suture, interpalatine suture, and anterior 2/3 and posterior 1/3 are connected in the midline by means of another suture, that is known as the palato-maxillary suture. So here you are seeing the palato-maxillary suture. Okay, so that is a formation of the hard palate. The hard palate forms the roof of oral cavity. Roof of oral cavity. Now here, this is the alveolar arch of maxilla. Alveolar arch of maxilla bears the socket for the teeth. You can see these are all the sockets for the teeth. Anterior most part of the intermaxillary suture, you can see there is a fossa, that is known as the incisive fossa, that is present just behind the incisor teeth. So this fossa is known as the incisive fossa, and inside the incisive fossa you can see incisive foramina. Posterolateral margin of the hard palate, we have greater palatine foramina and lesser palatine foramina. So greater palatine foramina transmits greater palatine vessels and nerves. Lesser palatine foramina transmits lesser palatine nerves and vessels. Now, the hard palate has got a posterior border. This is the posterior border of the hard palate, and in the midline there is an expansion, that is known as the palatine crest. That is known as the palatine crest, and the palatine aponeurosis is attached to the palatine crest. That was the anterior part of the Norma Basalis, and in the next video we will see the middle part. Thank you so much.